Okay, for a body install, before you put the body on, what you want to make sure is that none of the hood release cables, any of the wiring is beyond the front edges of the floor tubs. Nothing's hanging over the top of this tube here. Same thing on the other side, nothing coming out of the outsides of the footwells. You want to make sure that all the door plugs and everything are out of the way. The fuel filler neck is down and out of the way so that it won't hold the body up. And make sure that the trunk floor and walls are installed and bolted onto the chassis. And then at that point, you're ready to lift the body on. So if you guys are ready, you can lift that on. I'll get the back. So 2 people can do it, a third in the back to help lift it over the top of the roll cage will help. And what we're going to do is we kind of have to spread the bottom edges of the rocker panels out. So what you'll see is as they get it into position, they're going to have to kind of pull out on each end of the body. It's down on this end, you're going to come forward. So they're going to pull it out over the brackets for the door hinges, set it over the top of that, make sure that they're in front of the door latch braces. The wiper linkage, if you take a look here, sometimes will drop down. You want to keep that out of the way from mine. You've got to come forward on the side, right? Then once you have it in front of the door latch brackets on the chassis, you want to make sure that it's going to sit down flush here along the bottom of the door sill, and the front edge will sit right up against the dash bulkhead. On the front, you can see here, sometimes what will happen is it will drop down in between, the body will drop down behind the floor tub. It needs to be in front of the floor tub and behind this bracket here coming off of the chassis, so we'll have to lift that up. That over. On the other side, you want to be in the front of the floor tub. There's no bracket on the top, but you need to be in front of the floor tub. Okay, and then it should drop down. And again, it needs to be sit down flush against the door sill tube at the front here, and if the body's been trimmed properly, it will sit right over the top of the tubes coming out of the chassis here, both on this side and the other side. The other thing you want to make sure is that in the back, the body is following the contour of the trunk floor and walls, and you want to make sure that it's just about centered left to right, and then you can make your final adjustments after that before you put the carbon fiber panels on.